Hello, thank you for tuning in. I am back in Barcelona. I was trying to find a place outside where I could record, but it just wasn't really working for me. But if you'd like me to make some outdoor videos in Barcelona so you can get to see the city, just let me know and I will try and do that. And not just tourist attractions, but more kind of off the beaten track locations. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about Barcelona today. Someone asked me about what it's like living in Barcelona, and I thought I would share a video about the worst things about living in Barcelona. But first of all, I'd like to say that I am so happy to be back. Oh my God. I love travel, but flying back into Barcelona airport for me is just incredible. I love it. I feel it's kind of like, I don't get that feeling of, at the end of a holiday, going back to the routine. I'm actually excited to get back because I absolutely love living here. I love the life I've created here and it's just amazing. But it's not perfect. And in this video, I wanted to share with you the worst things about living in Barcelona. Of course, no city is perfect, not even a city like Barcelona. Maybe I'll make another one about the best things about living in Barcelona. There'll be a lot of things that I will include there. In this video, I've got 4 points, but in the best ones, it will be a lot more than that. But anyway, let's talk about the worst things. The worst thing has to be, this is in no particular order, by the way. The worst thing has to be the tourists. And I think I've lived in touristy places before, such as Paris. I don't mind tourists normally, but at this time of year, but in particular, July and August, it's the worst. I mean, it attracts lots of bad behaviour, lots of like stag do's, hen do's, and not the most civilised tourists, let's say, and that can be really annoying. And sometimes, because I look like a tourist, I'm vulnerable to scams as well. If I walk around a very touristy place, such as the Ramblers, I have to be very careful so that people don't overcharge me or try and mug me. That's a later point anyway. Yes, that's the most annoying thing. And I understand that, when you live in a beautiful place, other people want to see it. But I think sometimes tourists should be more respectful of the places that they are visiting. I know that when I visit places, I try to be as respectful as possible. And so that's the really annoying thing. Just the kind of general bad behaviour. And also about tourists, there are lots of tourist apartments, which is just really annoying. I know it might be more convenient for a tourist when they travel to have their own kitchen, what have you. But in the building I am in, there are around 4 different tourist apartments. And I can't even tell you how often I've had to call because of the noise. People just don't care. It's like, I'm on holiday and I don't care about anyone else in a residential building. And that's something that I just find very, very, very disrespectful. And that's also something to do with, local laws about who they are allowing in the apartments. Because it would be I don't think it would be like this if these Airbnb apartments, if there was more kind of control on them. But it's very, very, very annoying to be living very close to them. Anyway, very annoying indeed, because there's always a different movement of people and people just make noise one night and then they just don't care. So if it was someone who lived there permanently, hopefully they would be a bit more considerate about people around them. So that's what's really annoying tourists in general. The second thing, can I actually read this? Temperature. Oh my God, right now it's a heat wave. I am sticky. I'm so sweaty right now. I've just come back from Manchester where it was raining and windy. I was wearing a hoodie and a denim jacket and a t-shirt underneath and hiking boots and leggings. And it was even cold wearing that. And I was just thinking, wow, this is July. And I also had an umbrella. But here in Barcelona, I just walked into an oven, which is okay. It's okay for a week or so. But then when it comes to, 3 months of absolute heat non-stop, it can be a little bit annoying. I would love a lifestyle where I went away every June, July and August. I have some friends who do that, and they go to Scandinavia for those months. And I think that would be a fantastic thing to do, to kind of get away from Barcelona when it's at the worst temperature, because it's very humid here as well. And this is when all the worst tourists come. So it'd be the best life to kind of live the rest of the year here and then get away for these months when it's just too hot and there are too many tourists. Another thing I haven't got here is that people just pee in the streets. I mean, we have these big bins, these containers, and they are like urinals, and in the summer heat they stink. I mean, you're walking around and it's just like pee smell everywhere, and people just don't care. They just do it in the day, getting, you know, just like peeing against it, and they don't really care who sees them. And I'm just kind of like, whoa, I can't believe it. And also when it's just not raining, then the sun's beating down, and it's just like, oh, every time you walk past some bins, it really smells. So that's an extra point. That means that I've got 5 points here. Third point has to be the noise. I think living in a place where everyone's living on top of each other, there's not much consideration for neighbours and the time. People are like, and this is not even tourists, it's like people who live here, they just don't care. It's like, if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, I want to make noise, I want to listen to my TV. If I want to like have the window open and just have a loud conversation, it's just like, I'm going to do it, and I don't really care. And that's something that I find very annoying, because I think I have a lot of empathy with other people. If I want to listen to loud music, which everyone does at some point, I put my headphones on, and I don't make everyone else listen to my choice of music. And that's something that I'd find very difficult to live with. Because I'm living on top of this guy who just makes so much noise. It's getting better, but oh wow, in the pandemic it was very difficult, because people were playing reggaeton music from 11 in the morning and just thinking, I want to play reggaeton, I don't care what anyone else wants to hear, I'm going to do it anyway. And that kind of attitude for me really frustrates me. It makes me feel that I'm not seen, and that doesn't feel good to me, because I feel like I am very respectful of others, and I would expect the same in return. But not everyone thinks like that. People just think, I'm going to do it anyway, and that's really annoying. And last but not least, one of the most annoying things about living in Barcelona has to be the situation of pickpocketing and mugging. This has been very... this is something that I've never noticed in other cities that I've visited or lived in. It's kind of rife here, actually. The metro, you have to be very careful getting on, getting off, putting your mobile phone on a table in a restaurant. You have to be very, very, very careful. Just today I was with some friends who were visiting, and the woman put her bag beside her on the chair. I was like, don't do that, you have to have it on your lap or literally around the leg of the table. I know so many people who've had their wallets stolen, their phone stolen. Even myself, I was pickpocketed on the metro, and it's just such a pain, especially if you're a tourist as well. A bit of empathy for tourists here. I mean, that can really ruin your holiday. But people living here tend to be a little bit more aware of it and careful. But in general, there's nothing. There are no repercussions. These people can just get away with it, and it's really, really, really annoying. So having to be constantly on guard with your possessions is a bit annoying. But yeah, maybe it's good to be a little bit more careful. So I've stopped taking my wallet out. I just, maybe take cash, my phone. But I know so many people who've been mugged and robbed and pickpocketed, and that's definitely very annoying. So those are the worst things about living in Barcelona. But that said, I love this city so much, and my heart beats so strong when I actually see Barcelona from the air when I arrive back. I especially love seeing the Tibidabo mountain and this big kind of antenna that's kind of flashing lights. It feels like a heartbeat to me. It's a very special energy. So I do love living here, but it's definitely not perfect. Anyway, what about you? Have you visited Barcelona? What are the worst things for you? What are the best things? What about where you live? Let us know what the worst things are. And let me know if you want to see me making more videos out and about in Barcelona. That's today's video. I'm halfway through the challenge, and if you have any more questions for me, don't hesitate to message me at venus@venusahara.org, and I'll be very happy to answer you. Thanks for watching.